Good morning and welcome to episode number 4 of A Dog's Life. My name is John and I am your host, and this podcast is just about my spiritual journey. I wasn't really sure that I was ready to make one today. I have spent the last couple of days feeling very I woke up this morning feeling very disconnected from myself, from source. I don't like feeling that way. And when I get this way and I have too much, when I start to feel disconnected from source, I will be on all of the hookup apps. It's almost like I'm trying to replace what I'm not getting from source, not getting from my inner self. And I don't like that. If I'm going to be sexual, I want it to be because I feel good about myself, I feel in a good place. I don't want it to be because I'm trying to replace something that I'm not feeling at the moment. And that's something I truly have been working on. I made notes for today's talk. I do not have them handy. If you get on the internet and look, there are so many videos out there about manifesting and how to make it happen. I don't remember if I touched on this last time or not. I don't think there's any set way, just like all of our souls and existences are different. Different things work for different people. It's just listening, in my opinion, it's just listening to your heart, your inner self, and what it says is right. I get a lot of negative feedback from certain people, family members and other people close to me, for not choosing to live a conventional life or to do a 9-to-5 job. Since my business partner Ryan and I split a year ago, it took me a long time to have enough belief in myself that I could go forward on my own. And I don't want it to be just for profit. I want it to be about making a difference in this reality that we have. So I told myself the other day, from this point forward, 50% of what we do would be for profit, and the other 50% would just be to help those that cannot help themselves. I've reached out to Lafayette Urban Ministry, and I've reached out to the homeless shelter there in Lafayette, just looking for opportunities to make a difference. Something that had been on my soul. And going into winter is probably not the best point, but I think that I want to start just hiring day help out of the Lafayette Transitional Housing Center, let people know that just because they're in a bad time in their life does not make them not employable. It does not make them anything less than the beautiful person they are. I think we spend a lifetime, maybe not, I think we spend a big portion of our adult life trying to unlearn what was programmed into us as children. And sometimes we never do. We never unlearn it. We live our existence based on what someone else felt was right. I was texting back and forth with a friend the other night, and it's someone I've known since grade school. And I don't remember what I had said, but they piped up in text and just used humor to not have to give a real answer, which I'll use humor a lot as well, but it was humor in a different way because they were using humor to deflect on something they were uncomfortable in with themselves. I used to be so bad about things like that. I was uncomfortable in my body, in my spirit, in my life when I was growing up. I would 100% poke humor at myself because by doing that, I was not having to deal with things. In adulthood, or as I've grown to understand myself better, I now use humor as a way to deflect a negative situation, but I don't poke humor at myself or my body or anything like that. I like me more than I have ever liked me, and I love that for myself. I don't want to use humor because I don't feel good enough. I love watching people grow. I've had a young man that has worked with me now for probably 6 to 8 months, and he's in his mid-20s. And I shouldn't say worked for me because I believe that we're all in it together. In the end, it may come down to me. I may have the final say. But we're all doing this together. If a situation arises or something is not going well, I want us to tackle it together. More on together in a minute. But anyway, this young man that's been with me for the last 6 to 8 months, what a beautiful transformation just watching him understand that he can be himself and it's okay, and that he doesn't have to conform himself to what society says or does or needs, as long as he's not out there hurting others in any way. And it makes my heart so happy to see people to really finally understand that they have greatness in them and wanting to go forward. That makes my heart happy. I recently took on a gentleman that used to work for me. And again, I kind of think he's in a same situation. And he's only been back for a week or two now, and I'm so excited to give him the opportunity to grow and to understand there is no judgment here. We are all just doing this together. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was speaking about power words for like empowering yourself, and together was one of them. And I really started to think about that, and whether you believe in God, source energy, whatever your beliefs are. In the last few days, I've gotten into the habit of, when I'm having my meditation / prayer time, I will talk to source, and if there's something that's bothering me or something that I feel I should do. The other morning I got up and I having that prayer / meditation, and I'm like, let me know what we can do together to make someone else's life better. And it's giving yourself a chance to open up into your inner being. It's showing that you don't have to control, that you are open and you're willing to just be guided. And as I know I've said before, in fact, I remember spontaneously laughing in the last video, that I still had some control issues to get out of the way. I'm sure I probably do. But that's all right. I'm waking up every day making decisions for a better me and to have a better impact on those around me. I have been such a people pleaser in the past. That was probably one of my biggest hurdles, was understanding that I don't have to do that. That doesn't mean I can disrespect somebody or anything like that, but we don't have to people please, because most of the ones that want to be pleased are not the ones that are going to help you forward in life. So if there's people around you, whether it's family, friends, or anything, if there's somebody around you that you just feel you spend your whole time with them trying to please them, they're probably not a good fit for you trying to be a better version of yourself. I'm not really sure of the answer when I'm not feeling in touch with my inner self. If any of you out there have ways that you kind of get yourself back in touch with your inner self, I would love to hear them. I was up about 5:30 this morning. It's now just past noon. And I've done breath work. I've worked out. I've listened to things that I feel inspire me. And the only time since I've been up this morning that I've just really felt in touch with my inner self is as I was driving down the block right before I started to make this video. I seen a mom and a little girl in a stroller, and I was passing them, and the little girl just waved out of nowhere. She's like, hey. That stuff like that just touches my soul. The freedom and the beauty in children when they're just at that experimental age and they're getting excited about life. If that was something we could bottle and put it in a pill, that's the stuff that life's made of right there. If you ever want to know how to enjoy life, just watch a 5-year-old. They got that shit down pat. Thank you to all who listen. I am so blessed to be able to just put my words out there for others, and not just them, for me to work through. Having the ability to do these videos just helps me to work through my own existence and navigate and find joy. I thank you, everybody. I love you all.